Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing traffic lights and sandboxes. And for some context on what I'm talking about, let's go over to the Pattaya Mail. That's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Hundreds of Thai Visa Holders Unable to Fly to UK. Quoting directly, the UK government's decision to move Thailand from neutral amber to danger red in its idiosyncratic traffic lights travel system has doomed the immediate travel prospects of Thais with valid UK visas needing a flight. Quoting further, under the red signal which came into effect on 30 August, only British and Irish nationals and Thais with permanent residency, not a temporary visa, are allowed to enter the UK. Quoting further, the red signal news was announced late last week and led to a panic amongst British vacationers on the Sandbox initiative in Phuket who tried to book emergency flights back home to avoid the £2,285 fee for the 10 days compulsory hotel quarantine on landing in UK. However, they found that rebooking at short notice incurred an extra flight charges incurred extra flight charges running into hundreds, even thousands of pounds. This is a great article, a lot of insight, especially for folks from the UK. Again, that's titled Hundreds of Thai Visa Holders Unable to Fly to UK. That's pattayamail.com. Yeah, I just find this rather interesting. First of all, I'd like to point out that it's nice to see, not nice, but maybe misery loves company, to see that not just the US and Thailand, which I'm relatively focused on more than other countries, although we do kind of keep an eye on Australia, Canada as well. But it is nice to see that, different countries have different nonsensical or Byzantine approaches to dealing with the response associated with this red light, green light, whatever scheme out of the UK, and I will not claim to understand it. I haven't gotten into that much detail because, frankly, it doesn't really pertain to me directly. But yeah, it does seem pretty strange, especially it seems to change every 2 weeks or something. Yet, again, I mean, Thailand can change on the drop of a dime, so, I don't, and the US has certainly done a lot of crazy things in the past roughly 18 months, so I'm not just poking fun at the UK. But yeah, it is a precarious position for expats to be in, where all of these different travel rules can just be in a state of flux all around them at any given time. And quite frankly, I personally think a lot could be said for, let's get together. I mean, it seems like everybody can get together and set the sort of uniform rule that COVID is terrible. And one would think we could all get together and maybe have some uniform rules about travel or something. That being said, I mean, that may be too much to ask for, at least at the present time. But I do find it interesting that, and I think this should be used as an insight for all expats, for that matter, that the situation can change pretty quickly. And these different countries, we lived in a pretty good time, Q1 2020 and before, especially for international travel, where you could just presume that, you can just get on a plane and go where you needed to go for the most part. I mean, there were exceptions to that rule. But yeah, that time, I will not go so far as to say it is gone. I do think cooler heads, reasonable thinkers will kind of prevail. And if nothing else, politics may prevail. And, folks that make some of these more arbitrary and capricious decisions and create these arbitrary and capricious schemes may not find themselves in the same seats that they found themselves in when this all began. So from that perspective, I don't believe this will last forever. That said, we're dealing with it now, and I think this article provided a lot of insight with respect to just how precarious things can be traveling at the present time.